Thanks, Dr. Bobby, for giving us this opportunity. Here is my team, me, Sai, and Ravali, presenting on nanotechnology in energy sector. Um, First of all, okay, let's go into the agenda. Introduction to the nanotechnology. What is nanotechnology today and what's going to be its future? That is our agenda. And I'm going to talk about the introduction of nanotechnology. Let's talk about what is nanotechnology. Because without knowing that, we can't get into the topic. So, nanotechnology is a technology or a study which talks about the nanoscale or implementing the nanoscale. So, a nano, and what is a nanometer? Like when I'm talking about the nanoscale, you guys might ask me, what is nanoscale? So nanoscale is 10 power minus 9 of a meter. So in a meter, you can get 10 power minus 10 power 9 of nanometers, and that is the very smallest division. Okay, that's 1 billionth of a meter. Our human hair is 10 power 5 nanometer length, an average length of a human hair is 10 power 5 nanometers. And a DNA sample which we see through a microscope is approximately 2 nanometers. So how small is the nanoscale? To represent how small it is compared with the general things where we could get a basic idea of what it is exactly. So a human, a person who is 6 feet, 1.62 meters, could be said as 2 billion nanometers height. So whenever if anyone asks you the height, you can say that in nanometers. That gives a very big digit. So who cares about nanotechnology? Like, is that going to do something with us? Do we need to care about it? Do we need to think about it? Yes, we do. Because it's going to make a lot of changes in the technology, and it's going to bring very big revolutions in the current industrialization and manufacturing sectors. We have to think about it and we have to care about it. And who cares about it? Like coming to the investors, there are some billions of dollars getting invested in different sectors on nanotechnology. So here, this graph represents the $1 million investments in different technologies. Based on these, we can get a figure how important it is for the future. So coming to the present nanotechnology, Ravali is going to take present on that.
Hi friends, good evening. Well, now let's see the applications of nanotechnology in the energy sector in the present, how we implement it. And see, the energy sector with the nanotechnology can be divided into 4 parts. The first one deals with the energy sources, and next is with the energy change, and third can be classified into the energy distribution, followed by the energy storage. So while talking about the energy sources in the nanotechnology, for example, let's consider the wind energy. So how the wind energy can be used can be used with the nanotechnology. It's like the nano composite coatings on the wind turbines can be coated on the wind blades, which helps to reduce the damp that is produced by the air. And the chemical called nanofiber is used in it. So with this, the efficiency becomes more. So the wind energy can be generated more. And the next is the energy change. So energy change is nothing but the conversion of heat to the electricity, or the electricity into heat, vice versa. So this can be done by using thermoelectric devices using the nanotechnology. So the nanostructures present in these thermoelectric devices are best used for the electric conductivity, and this technology have a sensors in it, and this mainly is used for powering for small devices, and can be best so the sensors can work well with this. And the next is the energy distribution. So energy distribution can be best worked using a small electronic grid. The small electronic grid is a device which controls and delivers the electricity. So the small grid can be applied with the nanotechnology by just embedding the nanomaterials in it, so that this can be used in letting to know the status and condition of the of the thing, and it can deliver the information to the engineers so that they can prevent the power outrages, which would prevent a huge loss. And the next is the energy storage. So energy storage can be better used with, can be seen in the batteries or the capacitors, and also the fuel cells. So by embedding the nanoparticles in the capacitors or the fuel cells, the capacity storage would be increased more, so that it becomes more efficient. And the capacitors with the nano components in it are called as ultra capacitors. By this, the energy can be more storaged, and also you can build a small particles by reducing the size of the capacitors. You can just build more things. So we can see the use of nanotechnology. It is best used in the consumer products. It's like membranes called polymer membranes are used, which helps to increase the lighting and the lighting of the these things. And it has by this polymer membranes, the long lasting batteries are generated. And also you can see the implementation in the reduction of energy consumption. So this is best adopted using the quantum caged atoms. And also nanotechnology can be best implemented in the increasing the energy efficiency of the energy production. As we discussed, this can be done by the ultra capacitors or the sensors or the batteries embedded in it. And next is the fuel cells or the capacitors, which increases the capacity of a system, or uh, any product or any invention or any mechanism can be best implemented. And by adopting the nanotechnology, the size of the particle just decreases, so that it has long-lasting power. So the rest of the part will be continued by Sai.
Good evening, friends, and good evening, Professor. Today, I'm going to speak about the future of nanotechnology, like how our future going to be, the next, what we're leaving present, and what are the things we made by the human beings, how they can be changed by using nanotechnology. So the energy which I see the light, what will light up your life in the future? That might be gas or coal or an alternative fuel. Possibly an alternative fuel made using nanotechnology. That might be happen. So new ideas using nanotechnology like those shown in the section are just a few of the innovations. So this is a fruity solution. So one example of the new alternative energy producing using nanoscience is nanocrystalline solar cells using the dye extracted from citrus. So when we use orange, when we take an orange early morning, like if we press if you peel the orange, you get some oily substance from that. So the mixture of nanocrystalline solar cells and also yeast production, so that that can increase the fuel systems. So that like an alternative for the fuel, jet fuels. So and nanosizing solar powers. So in the present days, we are using the solar plates using made of glass, but nanotechnology can offer more effective solar photovoltaic cells. And in the future, with the precise control of matter at the atomic and molecular levels, thinner, cheaper, and more lightweight and flexible materials than glass can be used by using the nanotechnology. So also the nanolayers or nanorods can increase the amount of electricity converted from sunlight. So the present days which we use is a glass products, and the stands which is used also is a plastic ones. So with the use of the nanolayers and nanorods, they can also absorb the light, and they can also convert them into electricity. So imagine solar cells in roof tiles and slidings and paints. So the paints, the nanoparticles which are used in the paints also makes it durable, like a lifelong durability. The power turbines. So each and every power plants today require the use of power turbines. So now the power turbine, the grid will be like a N-shaped ones. So that nowadays they are working out to put the blades in a different manner by using the nanotechnologies, like using the ceramic particles, like ceramic material, including some mixing with some nanoscale particles. So that might increase the durability and also the efficiency of the turbines. So, and the company GE hopes to build more powerful turbines that operate at high temperatures also. the future of the nanotechnology shows the charts like how the future going to be like in the day-to-day, everyday life. See here, the Eiffel Tower, which is like the nanoparticle paint to prevent the corrosions. And here, and the next thing, the guy who is riding the bike tube frame as lighter as feather, which is made by the nanotechnology, but it's stronger than the present inventions. And there, the shops where the people are sitting, they're using some nanotubes and etc. And also the glass will be much more like, it helps us to prevent the light focusing, like entering into the, it prevents the radiation actually. And examples of future use of nanotechnologies like electronic paper, and we can we need not to cut the woods and make the paper from it, but we can use electronic paper and save the trees. And so the next is Nokia Morph. They are inventing, this Nokia Morph is nothing but, it's a flexible thing which can be like keep on the hand or ear somewhere else, which is morph which we can use in many ways. And also the contact lenses. And the National Science and Technology Council of USA claims that nanotechnology is an enabling technology that will change the nature of almost every human-made object in the next century. So a drastical change will happen within the next century. So we might be using each and every product that is made by the nanoparticles. So these are the references I took it from. Thank you.
Any questions? Nano questions. I have a question regarding the health hazards of nano for the human, not consumption, but human beings. Have you read about anything about that?
Yep, in the medical field. So there are some of the disadvantages, like by killing, like when we have a cancer, if you're treating a cancer patient by using nanoparticles injecting to that body, that might create, sometimes it might kill another cells too. But even though it's much more curable than the another therapies like chemotherapy, it's much more better. Okay. So patient is much more better than those.
The other question regarding using nanotechnology in women's powders and sunscreens.
That's a new technology. It's being developed. Actually, right now it's being innovated. It's on the project, but I think they are just developing it without hurting or something. The future technology would come not to hurt anyone.
Very good. Excellent. Any other questions? So would you please give them a hand for their effort, and thank you very much.